So we're talking to Anthony in the Ricoh Customer Experience Center. We just made a video with Roger and we reviewed some really cool and unique applications that are possible with this Ricoh technology. Can you expand a little more for the printers watching out there, some of the value propositions of this machine?
Well, we are able to do different types of media such as like synthetics, poly, magnet paper, and also the ability to do long sheet banner printing as well, going up to 49.5-inch duplexed in line. Also duplexed in line up to 40.5 inches.
So Ricoh puts a lot of money and research and development into the paper and substrates that can go through your machine. You have a whole department dedicated to it. How can printers learn about what's possible?
So we have a pre-approved tested media library for all of our Ricoh products. It runs through a baseline of different types of media list as far as different substrates. We also have a media identification unit. It measures the thickness of the paper and the texture of the paper. It runs through our media library list and it chooses the nearest one, and it programs our machines for how much fluff that you're getting into the vacuum feeders and also how hot that the diffuser gets as well. And it's already baseline for that specific media.
So that sounds like it saves printers a lot of time making decisions that might end up bad for them.
Yeah, and it's great for, let's say, the third shift operator coming in to get first shift quality as well. We're hitting at 2400 by 4800 DPI, so that's dots per inch, so it's giving us a wider gamut for all of our substrates as well.
Anthony, the applications that come off the 7200 series are really cool. The fifth station increases like what customers can do with it and what printers can do with it. What do printers need to know about the fifth station?
Well, with the fifth station, the most important thing is to be able to drive your applications. If you wanted to lay down white down first or white down last, you could have broad media such as say window clings, being able to print on color substrates as well by laying down the white down first and then the CMYK on top. And you also have color gamut enhancements when you're using the pinks and the neon yellows as well.
Is there a different ink supply for the specialty inks?
No, they are just toner bottles. So it's a fifth station changeover. Of course, you want to manage your day whenever you're swapping them out.
And you mentioned manage, so what is the color management of this fifth color station? Is anything special have to be applied to it?
Of course you want to manage your CMYK through color media management, but with the fifth station there is no color management at all. If you're laying down white opaque, it's white opaque. If you're laying down clear, it's clear. Same thing with the neon colors as well. But you can enhance your color gamut by using the yellow and the pink.
Brian Anderson, you're the color management pro here at Ricoh. Color management is very topical with the printers out there, and you have a wide range of technology. How do they all talk together color-wise?
Yeah, so we employ ICC profiles. It's our main way. We use i1 Profiler, and we'll profile the gamut of each device. And using that ICC profile process, we'll bring in the gamut and make them all match.
And how, at the end of the day, how does that translate to a printer making money or saving money?
What we want to do is we want to make sure that color matches every single time, right? The worst case scenario is that you run a whole job, you compare the job to, say, your cover sheet, and nothing matched, right? Then you have to do reruns, you have to do all that sort of thing. So,
you know, we find a lot of print customers now are printing in a lot of different locations. How does that work as far as all of your presses talking to each other?
So using the ICC profile system, basically when you map the gamut of one printer, right, and then you map the gamut of the second printer, and you're going to go to an industry standard, right? In America, it's a Ricoh standard. All of our devices have all of that infrastructure built into them so that we can match industry standards every time.
So if I print in New York and I know what my settings are, can I get those settings and call my printer in California as long as they have the same Ricoh device and match that?
Absolutely. So speaking to printers out there, it's very important that across multiple platforms and multiple locations, all the colors match. So all Ricoh, our inkjet technology and our other presses are all ICC and G7 compliant to make sure that that color matches no matter what every time.
Brian, does the paper that you can print on require any priming or treatment on this press?
When inkjet first came out, we had 2 papers that we could print on several years ago. What's happened in that has been sort of an explosion in substrates, right? We can basically print on any substrate on the planet. One of the most important innovations we've come up with on our inkjet technology is that we can print on offset coated paper with 0 pre-treatment.
So Roger, we're talking about wide format and we're at Ricoh and we're standing in front of an EFI press here. Right. So how does that all come about and why is that?
This is a perfect example of best of breed or core competencies being related to partnership. EFI is a great partner of ours. In this machine behind me, we have Ricoh printheads. And so that brings a core competence of ours into this system, and now we're able to work collectively with our partner to provide a best program to a printer. In addition to that, Ricoh provides the service for this entire unit, just like all the other portfolio pieces we've talked about today too, right? So we have similar core competencies spread throughout the systems, and we're in the service arm as well.
Granted, I'm not a printer, but I don't really hear a lot about Ricoh printheads, but they're in a lot of devices, it seems.
You know, I work for Ricoh and I'm surprised. I can be at a trade show talking to a vendor and then suddenly realize, oh yeah, that's right. Our printheads are in your device, right? So we're proud of the heritage, 40 plus years of heritage in inkjet development, inkjet head development. And so, you know, Pro VC 60,000 has our Ricoh Generation 5 heads. This has the Generation 5 heads. That investment, that marketplace inkjet printhead investment is critical, not only to us, but to a multitude of our partners.
So Luis, whenever people talk about hybrid printing, or at least in my world, they're usually talking about marrying 2 printing technologies together. But this hybrid wide format press is a bit different.
Yes, you're exactly right. What we're doing is we're taking a flatbed, qualities from a flatbed printer, which is rigid media, and then combining it with the roll-to-roll qualities, which is you can take vinyl banner materials, you can take car wrap materials, anything that is wrapped around a roll. This printer can print on, and also rigid media. So that's what we mean by hybrid. It does both equally well.
And it doesn't take up that much space. How do you fit the flat media in there?
That is a great question. Yeah, the flat media goes in through the back. It just comes in from the front, and these tables, what you do is if you're printing on a 4x8 sheet, you marry these 2 tables together, and that's what you need. The cool thing about the hybrid is for customers that have space limitations, this will come apart and come in through a regular sized office door, where if you're talking about a flatbed, you're going to need a garage door.
And are there any limitations to the substrates that can go in either on a roll or flat on this press?
No, I mean there is a height limitation, which is going to be 2 inches or less for anything that's rigid media, and anything on a roll also 2 inches or less. I've heard of people printing wrestling mats, so anything under 2 inches, you know, and less than 100 pounds on the bed at one time, we can print on it.